magic isn't in the special effects or supernatural twists. It's in the simple act of seeing yourself represented in ways that you never could have imagined. Some dreams start as a quiet hope or a distant feeling that maybe, just maybe, you are destined for something bigger. For Rainbow Wedell, that hope turned into a relentless pursuit of resilience and passion, and the unwavering belief that stories are meant to change lives. From her first steps into acting to becoming a breakout star in School Spirits, Rainbow has poured her heart into every role, proving that the most unforgettable performances come from those who truly invest in their craft. As Rainbow plays Claire Zelinsky on the Paramount Plus hit School Spirits, she brings depth, strength, and a raw emotion, turning a character into something real and something lasting.
Another ghost named Janet is running around in my body.
You okay, hon?
Maddie, or at least her spirit, it's trapped. But her body, we have to help her get it back.
This is like legit freaky.
Season 2 of School Spirits is now streaming on Paramount Plus, and I am honored to welcome Rainbow Wedell.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Wow, what an introduction. That was stunning. Yeah, I love your voice. It's so great.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy that you're here with us today. Looking at you now, the success, the impact, the way that you've captured millions of hearts, I know that that path couldn't have been easy to get where you are now. And you started out with a dream and an inspiration when you were younger to get into performing arts and harness and nurture your creativity. What has this transformation been like for you throughout your journey? And now you're claiming your space in this industry and really stepping into this role.
Wow, yeah, great question. I started off, I'm from Australia, so I lived there my entire life. And I went into acting when I was maybe like around 14. I was a kid model. My mom put me into modeling, and then they needed people with like my skin tone and kids to be in this extras in this show called Terra Nova when I was 12. And then I stepped foot on set and I loved it. I had so much fun. It was like a family feeling for me. And so I quit modeling and went straight like fully into acting. And then I landed my first series regular role on an Australian production, The Bureau of Magical Things, when I was 15, I want to say 14, 15. And then I did that for a couple of years, 2 seasons. And then I stepped away from acting for a little bit actually, and I went to university and I studied something in the health completely opposite to acting. I was like determined that I didn't want to be an actor, and then I and then because I think it was a lot of external forces happening in my life when I was like super young, getting pushed into that from such a young age. A lot of eyes on me, a lot of emotions. I was like going through puberty, so it was just like a lot of people looking at my body. My body changes and changed a lot when I was like that age, and so I was just like, I don't want to be an actor. But then I realized I love studying like chemistry and biology, and that's what I was going to university for. But I just didn't want that as a full time career, and I got this new like love and fire and passion for acting that I didn't have before. So I'm really happy that I did step away. I think I needed that, and then coming back to it, I looked at it in such a different light, and I appreciated it a lot more than I did when I was younger. And then I moved to Canada, and then did School Spirits.
Wow, a journey for real. Tell us a little bit about what it was like when you first got the School Spirit script in your hand. What were you feeling? Did you feel connected to Claire immediately? I mean, what was that moment like when you read a line or a scene that you knew you had to do this?
Claire is a crazy one. I was so nervous to play Claire. I don't think I had imposter syndrome for most of the show. I felt like I was never the cheerleader, homecoming queen, popular girl. I was homeschooled. I was not that. I didn't think I could play that. I didn't think I was, a lot of like thoughts were going through my head. I didn't think I was beautiful, like pretty enough to play the typical, stereotypical like cheerleader role. I'm like, I have more of like an athletic build. I'm not the like the skinny petite popular girl. I'm not like there was so many like imposter syndrome feelings I was feeling, and so I didn't feel like I could play that role until I stepped on set. So it was actually, I did a lot of pre-production work. I watched like the documentary Cheer because I never cheerleaded once in my life, and oh my goodness, those girls and guys are incredible. I really appreciate the sport now. They they go through it. Holy crap. Sorry. But um, I did a lot of pre-production work, watching a lot of the stereotypical like cheerleader roles to try and channel that. But then as soon as I stepped on set, and the director Max Winkler for season one, kind of stripped that away, and Nate and Megan, the creators, stripped that away, and they're like, we don't want you to play the stereotypical. We cast you because you're not the stereotypical cheerleader, and you didn't, when you auditioned for it, you didn't act like the trope of like a cheerleader or homecoming queen or like the popular girl, and that's why they cast me, and that really helped me. And I was like, okay, I'm going to play this how I would play this. I'm not going to play this how the million other girls who have got this role will play this. And honestly, in this show, no one is a stereotypical trope. Like, we have the footballer and the cheerleader and like the goth guy and like the nerdy guy. It's like, and no one is that like they play it so to themselves, and there is tropes, but they don't play them as tropes, and that's what I love about this show.
That's so good because you don't hear that often. When you get to be a character, you get to be yourself in a way. So, how did that feel when you embodied who you are and then kind of mixed that in with Claire?
Yeah, yeah. I am similar to Claire and I'm not. I feel like Claire she's very confident and she has her boundaries and she doesn't sugarcoat anything. I'm a very people pleaser, and so I definitely I hate confrontation. I hate anything like that. So, and she's very much opposite to that. So channeling that was actually quite powerful for me. And now I bring her to my daily life and I set boundaries, and I know how to do that because of her.
I love that. Did Claire challenge you in any other ways that you weren't expecting? Because I'm a people pleaser too. I'm trying to be a no longer a people pleaser. Boundaries are
Typical.
incredible.
Yes. Yeah, I think she's just so confident in herself, and she's just like, this is who I am, take it or leave it. And if you want to leave it, then that's fine. You're not a person that I want to hang out with. So that is something that I am learning as well. That and she helps me with that. And sometimes I like, she has this like, when I embody Claire, I kind of like hold my head higher than I usually do when I like, my back is straight and I walk with this like with a mission and with power, and I don't do that in my daily life. So sometimes when I'm like out and about and I'm channeling Claire, it's just the way that she holds herself is so powerful, and she taught me a lot, that character.
Oof. I love that. I love that. Walking, just that walk. You can feel that walk.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think again the beautiful thing, like you said, Nate and Megan, when you were casted for Claire, the creators of School Spirits,
Hmm.
they wanted you to embody who you were. And oftentimes we don't see a lot of young black girls
Yeah.
in the supernatural world in
Mhm.
TV and film, and it almost seems as if sometimes the industry doesn't want us to believe that there's a world outside of this for ourselves. Like we can do anything, and we know that
Yeah.
that's possible, especially when we see people like you and other incredible young Black actors stepping into these roles and representing for us. So, how was that kind of
Mhm.
holding that space for yourself? Did it open up the world for you to show you this is possible in this
Yeah.
career? This path is inevitable. I can do it.
Yeah, 100%. For a long time, uh, mixed race or black women have been represented as the best friend or nerdy or like the dorky or the second choice a lot of the time, and I was going out for a lot of those roles. So then being able and having Nathan, Megan, and Oliver really see me in this role better than I even saw myself in this role, and have faith in me more than I did at the time, that and giving me the opportunity to play the hot girl that sometimes I wouldn't play. Like all my other characters were the nerds and the best friends, and so being able to play like the hot popular girl, and she is a lot more than that, but that was really powerful for sure.
And season 2 kind of brings new depths into
Mhm.
Claire's story without revealing too much. What could you tell viewers to expect as they explore season 2?
Yeah. No, Claire does definitely let her walls down. She has been lied to by like her parents. They don't really give her any vulnerability or any honesty. They just give her money and tell her to be perfect. And she's been lied to by Xavier and a little bit by Maddie and all these people in her life and her cheerleader friends, and her posse is just like yes men to her. So she doesn't have a lot of genuine real friends in her life, and she doesn't get a lot of honesty. So she puts up all these walls to protect herself, and she learns not to trust people. And this season, she finds a group of people, that being Simon, Nicole, and Xavier, that are actually genuine, real people that she doesn't get to encounter a lot in her life. And they bring her in and they don't judge her and they let her be who she is. And that really does. And in episode 4, she like lets her walls down a lot, and there's this beautiful moment, and she learns to be vulnerable, which is very difficult for her.
Mm-hmm. We could learn from that.
Yes. Another thing I'm learning from Claire.
Yes. Your work is creating ripples, and it's going to touch shores that you may never know. I'm curious, what message do you want or hope that kind of echoes throughout the future when future generations are looking back on your journey, your story, or your character?
Yeah. Just like don't give up. Just dream big. And if you have something that has impacted in you in your life, you need to write your story. Like no one else can write your story, and everyone has a unique story to tell. And so yeah, just keep dreaming and achieving.
Rainbow, thank you so much for being here. Your journey and your words are inspiring, and I know that so many other people are going to resonate with it. And I cannot wait to see what is next in store for you. Season 2 of School Spirits is now streaming on Paramount Plus. Rainbow Wedell, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
You too. I'll see you again soon, I'm sure.
Yes, take care.